Early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and this was a very, very interesting video. Let's get this video out as soon as possible. There's a fair few talking points that I want to address. Very interesting episode, very intriguing, but let's get straight into the episode. Like the video with me, hit the bell to be notified for me. Please press that subscribe button for me. It is that long and arduous road to 50k. Oh man, the day I see 50k, I think I might bust a nut. Anyway, let's go. So the episode starts with the Islanders discussing who they think got dumped and why, and their opinions on it. And I'll be honest, a lot of time must have passed from the moment that Amber and that got dumped to the moment that Whitney came back. Because I feel like a lot of time I feel like the Islanders had a lot of time to talk and chill and discuss and get all their boogers and crust out their eyes and ready for bed and all these things and makeup off and also, I don't know, mad one. Interesting one. But anyway, they're all discussing who they think, what's going on basically. And they're saying, you know, the fact that Whitney is still there, she's most likely going to have to choose who it is. And ultimately, they think if Mitch comes back, the guy's got 9 lives in it. The guy can't done. If you drop like a cat, honestly, you drop him on his back, mid-air, he'll somehow whoop and land on his feet and survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a survivor. Destiny's Child, Beyonce type ones. You know the ones? Yeah, they're just talking about how they'd be shocked if Mitch comes through. And it's quite interesting because the villa was a lot more vocal than I thought they'd be. That they were really expressive. And I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. I just thought it was quite interesting that they thought, wow, like, Mitch is a goner. Do you know what I'm saying? Him and Ella are done. Now, to be honest, I don't care that Katie's gone home. I'm actually very, very happy. And as far as entertainment goes, you weren't going to get this entertainment from anyone else. You weren't going to get this entertainment from Uzi. You weren't going to get this entertainment from Katie. So, as far as entertainment goes, and being a big character, Mitch 100% had to stay. Now, I do have a bit of a beef with that type of comment from Whitney and Lachlan. I think Lachlan said it first, and then Whitney stood on it. I don't really get all that big character stuff. You ain't the producers. You understand? You're not. I mean, you're the most popular, which is great, but you're not the producers. I don't think big character should be anywhere near your vocabulary. If we're playing a game for Love Island, do you know what I'm saying? We're saying producer island, the same character island, like Ty said. I know Abby tried to get a comment in there which did not chomp at all, but we'll get into all that. We'll get into that, but I don't really get all that. But at the same time, I fully support their decision. I think it's their opinion. They use different metrics and different reasoning to get there. So it is what it is. When you're the most popular person in the villa, you know, you get those privileges, innit? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they basically return, right? And Mitch walks in with a smile on his face. He's happy like a big puppy dog, like a big loser puppy dog that he is, excited to see everyone. And everyone's like, rah, we did it. It was like, we did it. I was expecting you to go. Like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. So they're all sitting there, right? And Ty being Ty, Tyrique, again, as I said, there's never ever been anyone as real as Tyrique in the whole of Love Island. He's just too trill. Now, being trill doesn't always mean that you are right. I feel like in that moment, he didn't need to say that. He didn't need to be the one to have to give his straightforward opinion. Now, you lot know I support Tyrique, I back Tyrique, and I really respect Tyrique's honesty. But the thing is, again, I was the same. Now, someone, I think he was an American guy, but someone basically said, like, he wasn't being harsh or nothing, but he was just saying, like, you project yourself too much onto Tyrique. I don't, yeah? I just know what I know, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you've lived my life, yeah, you know the mannerisms in someone that's similar to you, yeah? I was exactly the same. As in, I wasn't just exactly the same in the way I am with women or my emotions and things like that. I was even the same down to a T in terms of the wrong time and place to give an opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's something I would have done before. And I would have said it right next to Mitch. Because it's like, you're not actually being rude. Well, no, you are. You're not actually being like, it doesn't come from a nasty place. It just purely comes from a transparent and honest place. And the proof's in the pudding. Mitch was sat right there next to him as he said it. He didn't care about that. He just wanted to give his opinion. But the thing is, I had to learn that was wrong. And Tyrique's obviously now learning that process now, that you can be straight and you can be direct and you can be honest, but it can be delivered in better times. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a great time to give that opinion. And I completely understand why Mitch was upset about that and Mitch was hurt. But yeah, at the same time, I love Tyrique for saying that shit. It was hilarious. He basically just questions that. I think that was the wrong decision. I don't think that was the right decision. And he calls Whitney out, calls Lachlan out. Not in like a bad way, but he just vocalizes it. And Mitch is like, You know, Mitch is all like, And the thing is with Mitch, yeah, again, Mitch, I know you're upset, and I was gonna talk about this a bit later, but we might as well talk about it now. Mitch starts talking later in the episode about how, the reason it hurt so much, Ty, is because I was there. Like, if I didn't hear it, like, it wouldn't have hurt so much type thing. That's what he was alluding to. But no, but Mitch, we ain't built like you. We ain't all snakes like you. What he was saying, yeah, is that basically it's much better if you talk and bitch behind my back the way you do, Mitch. Yeah, the way you chatty patty and bring everyone down. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to feel that much sympathy for him, yeah, and how he's all upset at Ty and crying and stuff when you literally are messy Mitch. You are known for being a snake. Like, that's what you're actually known for. That's what your whole film night was about. People make jokes about you because you've been single for 95% of your journey here and you're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a snake. You feel me? So, yeah, you might be used to just bitching about people behind their backs, but people, you know, other people are direct and straight up with it, and they'll tell you straight up how they feel, whether you like it or not. Whitney's cut from the same cloth. She'll tell you what it is, and she won't really care about, you know, how you really respond to it. And again, Whitney should take her own advice as well, because she actually said to Abby later in the episode, you know, if you're going to give an opinion, you should be prepared for what's coming back. But the same time, you should also be prepared for the opinions on your decision to send Katie and Uzi home. That's a fact. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I agree with the decision from an entertainment point of view, but the logic, talking about big characters and that, I'm not really with that personally. Unless you're producers, you feel me? Abby tries to chime in. And you can see in the moment, yeah, Abby was, she was really like, she would not have said anything if Ty didn't say anything, but she wanted to ride on his coattails, is that the right word? She wanted to ride his nuts here, use him as the mouthpiece, and basically get her bitterness across. Whitney was 100% spot on with that. She's just bitter. She's been bitter. She's angry. I personally don't really get it. This all started from her fault. I think she knows that deep down. It's her fault. It's her talking to Scott first was how this all started. Sorry, it is what it is. They end up just beefing about the decision essentially, and Abby tried to make a joke about, yeah, there's like Tyrique hit it perfectly. He was like, this ain't Character Island. Yeah, it was smooth, it was efficient, it was swift, simple. Abby then tries to remix it like, yeah, this isn't Character Island. Wait, what did she say? This isn't Character Personality Trait Island, but bro, that was way too many syllables, way too much of a mouthful. Shut up, innit? You know what I'm saying? Leave the wittiness, leave the commentary, leave the straightforward transparency to other people in it. You ain't really built for that. Yeah, again, Molly, I've given Molly credit over the last 2 episodes now, and I will continue to do so. But she is jarring on me a little bit. Like, you want Zach to graft you, but then you also have said that you wanted space. Now, or at least you've alluded to wanting space, but knowing Zach, he's a bit slow. Maybe he misinterpreted the space comment, but forget all that. The way I see it is that she's too focused on Katie. You know, I think she said it in yesterday's episode, you know, I can't even look at Katie, I can't even look at her face. You know, now Katie's gone, like I feel so much better with myself. And I'm thinking, why are you so obsessed with her? I just wanna know, like, chill. You were clearly harboring some feelings, and she keeps banging on about, the girl that sent me home, the girl that sent me home. Yeah? 1, you already got your lick back. Do you know what I'm saying? You already got the get back. And 2, where was this energy when you met him? Where was this energy when you returned to the villa? That's what I want to know personally. Because I like this energy from you now, but it's the timing's all off. The timing is all wrong. You're talking about, yeah, you should be pieing the girl that sent me home. If he was trying to lipstick that very same girl when you weren't there after you did get sent home, why was your energy not the same when you came in? You should have been saying, Zach, what's wrong with you? How dare you try to kiss Katie on the screen after I've just gone home and get mugged off for it? She actually gave you the cheek. Or in fact, I don't think she even kissed you. In fact, she didn't even give you the cheek. In fact, she just went, whoop, lean back, like Fat Joe. Yeah, she Fat Joe'd you. And you were coming in all giddy and, I'm good. Like, what? No. You should have been coming in with that energy at that time saying, Zach, what are you doing? You should have been, that girl sent me home. She sent me home and you're trying to kiss her. But she didn't do that. And that's my problem with Molly. Now you've decided to grow a backbone. I just think, whatever, it's better late than never, I suppose. Tyrique tries to explain to Mitch a bit more about like why he said what he said, and he just says, yeah, Mitch, you basically just need to stick to this girl now. You've been chopping, changing, choppy, messy Mitch, and Mitch is like, oh, that's bullshit. Mitch basically feels like that's bullshit. I don't get Mitch, man, because he bangs on about how he's a boys code, a bros bro, a boys guy, and all this other zesty stuff. But at the end of the day, you categorically have been exposed as a snake. You literally throw those very same boys you claim are your brothers under the bus to get a girl. So, cry me a river, cry me a river. Whitney just basically justifies her decision. She says she had to make a choice and no one's journey is a priority. I feel like Whitney, what I like about Whitney is she stands on her decision. She doesn't bend or fold. Again, her decision, entertainment-wise, was spot on. Relationship-wise, logic-wise, wasn't spot on at all. Ella doesn't like Mitch. We know this. He might grade her down by the end of the season, but we know Ella B doesn't like Mitch. So it was the wrong decision. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get this entertainment from Uzi and them. Ella B pulls Abby now, and she just straight up says, "Listen, I didn't appreciate the BS that you said at that fire pit. All that shit that you're spewing at your weird Ed piece. Weren't it? It weren't it. Yeah, it wasn't eating." Abby tries to justify her opinion by throwing other people under the bus, trying to break them up again. Mitch said this, Mitch said that. Now, I'll be honest, I can't remember what Mitch said, but if I'm being real, he probably did say they won't work on the outside. He probably did say that, if I'm being honest. And by the way, I really dislike Abby, not as a person, just dislike the character on the show. But I actually believe her. I believe Mitch probably did say, "Oh yeah, me and Ella B, we're probably not gonna work on the outside." You know, the ones there, he probably did say that, but for Abby to then bring that up, Abby, you're just bitter, man. Just move on. Why, like, as Whitney said, it's gonna hurt a lot more coming from you. Yeah, you would literally just in a love triangle, the same as KD and Molly. It's the same thing. The same reason Molly is so hurt is because he kissed KD specifically. You understand? So it's the same thing here. Ain't no one trying to hear your opinion. Her being, "Oh, I didn't realize I was allowed to give my opinion," and then walking off because everything has to be about her. And like, bro, shut up, man. Honestly, Abby, you're a nightmare, absolute nightmare. But she just tries to throw Scott, my man, under the bus, Mitch, and he's just like, I didn't say that. She's like, "You did, babe." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll roll the tapes." And he's like, "Yeah, roll the tapes, babe," and all this stuff. Like, very bitter. But ultimately, Ella B just told her straight. She said, "Focus on you and Scott. Everyone should be made to feel welcome. No one should be made to feel unwelcome when walking back in the villa." And that's fair, man. You know what? That is fair. Whitney basically also tells Abby straight, "You're bitter, you need to chill out." And she said, "Your comments stem from a negative place." Now, again, I love the fact Whitney told her straight. You know what I'm saying? I dislike Abby. She said, "This is the truth." She says, "It's not my opinion, it's the truth." Now, Whitney, I'll be honest with you, it is your opinion. It's not necessarily a fact, but it's an opinion I agree with. And yeah, I can definitely understand why Abby would get annoyed at that though, because if someone like Whitney or anyone was telling me this is the truth, and I know it's not, then I'll get mad in it, and I'll be like, "Where do you know me from?" You know, the ones there, like, who do you think you are? You getting voted the popular got to your head piece, you know what I'm saying? Humble yourself real quick. This ain't X-Men, you ain't Professor X, you can't be reading man's mind and that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't Jean Grey to be doing up telepathy and reading my mind. What do you know? You know, the ones there, but same way, Whitney's spot on still. So it did come from a negative place. I just see both sides. Don't tell me where it came from, even though you're right. Abby then walks off, doing up crocodile tears, going upstairs, all this stuff, and yeah, Ella A or Ella T actually backs her, but again, that doesn't surprise me because she's got beef with Ella B. Not beef, but it's just so funny how everyone's biased, isn't it? Everyone leans towards the person they probably got, or leans against the person they've got a problem with. Ella is one of the few backing Abby. I wonder why that is. Because Abby, it goes against Ella B, Ella A, or T backs Abby. Simple, yeah? Same way, Abby backs Ty against Ella. Same way, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Is what it is. Molly, I don't know, Molly said that she did want space, but she also said she can't remember asking for space. I don't really like that. You can't remember whether or not you asked for space, but you don't want space and you want him to graft. I called Whitney out for this 5 weeks ago. Men aren't mind readers. If you want to be grafted, you tell him that. Yeah, I think she did that in the end anyway. She told him, "I want to like come to me" or whatever, but I don't actually, did she say that? Oh no, she said, "I don't want space, that's it." She said, "Oh yeah, that's it." She was like, "Oh, I can talk whenever I'm ready, we can talk whenever, and I don't want space." So Zach should have picked up from then what she wanted. He's slow though. But before that, he ain't a mind reader. Especially someone as slow as him. He ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Even when you're telling him what it is, his cogs be, you know what I'm saying? His cogs be ticking slowly. So say what you really feel, say what you want. Don't just expect a man to know in it. Scott's talking about how he's getting really angry and this, that, and the other. Scott, shut up, man. And he's just like, oh, regardless of what's been said, I'm happy you're here to Mitch. Clearly not, because in tomorrow's episode, you're really going for the jugular, talking about something we felt sorry for you because you've been single for 4 weeks, something like that. I actually don't have a problem with Scott clapping back at Mitch, to be honest, because Mitch literally said the only reason, I mean, Mitch was speaking facts as well though. He was saying, listen, the only reason you two are together is because I didn't even want Abby. Yeah, you got my leftovers, boy. And that's also a harsh thing to say, but it is what it is. And Scott decided to clap back harshly, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is what it is. This is the entertainment that we want. This is the entertainment that we need. But guys, let's be real here though. All them people that gave Scott the sympathy vote for being bullied, which I've never once said that. Even when I didn't like how Catherine was acting, I never once thought this poor boy was being bullied. Come on now, he's a grown man. But look who's, you know what I'm saying? Look who's found their voice now. Scotty, he's quite vocal. You know what I'm saying? Very vocal these days. Abby, I don't know, Abby's talking about how she feels uncomfortable trying to make Ella comfortable. She's like, oh, her and Scott are talking. She's like, oh, you know, like, I'm making an effort and it's not really being reciprocated. Like, for me, I'm saying things like, I like your bikinis, and she's just saying thank you. So what you're saying is you're just being fake. That's what it is, and she don't really want to be fake with you. I got no problem with that. What did I say a month ago? What did I say at the start of the season about what girls do? They do those fake compliments. I think it was Ella and someone else. Can't remember who it was. But those fake ass compliments like, oh, you look nice today. That's a nice bikini. Your hair looks nice after having beef with a girl. That's fake. Some fugazi shit. So I got no problem with Ella airing your ass. Like, yeah, you're fake. And yeah, Zach needs to grab Molly, whatever. Yeah, anyway, the last quarter is all about Tyrique hiring his 2 minions, Zach and Sammy, his 2 bulldogs, to help him tell Ella that he loves her. Now, I thought the planning was 8 out of 10. I thought the execution was 7 out of 10. And I thought the idea was 8 out of 10 as well. I'd give that an overall rating of what? 7.8 or 7.7, something like that. Yeah, it was a good attempt. It was a good attempt, and whether he means it or not is a different situation. You know me, I think this is a holiday romance for him. I believe he's grown, and I believe you've witnessed someone grow live on television, if I'm being honest. And it is beautiful to witness, but growing doesn't mean you're grown. I, at 28 years old, am nowhere near grown in terms of growth, if that makes sense. So like, of course I'm a grown man, but in terms of like, I've got so much more learning to do about myself, about my relationship with people, my relationships with women, why I've been single for such a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things, like I'm learning about myself. So just because you are growing, it don't mean you got there. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's anything like me, which he is. So yeah, I just don't think this is love, but it may be. And the fact that he's, you know, doing all this, for me, they have to win. Yeah, I don't care about how popular one individual islander is. I view it as a couple. This ain't Character Island. You understand? Ella and Ty have been together the whole time. They clearly are like the most coupley, the most compatible. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. I think I missed a couple of things, but I wanted to address most of it. Tomorrow night looks interesting, very bitter. There's a lot of bitterness in the air. I do love me snog. No, it's not snog, mate. It's the pie game, innit? But yeah, the pie game that always does. Is it? No, we already had the pie game. It's a game. It's a game that stems. One of them games that I like. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. I forgot to do a donut of the day today, but I'm crazy tired. I'm gonna get this video out and I'm gonna go back to sleep. Like, subscribe. I'll see you. That's it. Peace.